I'm Eric Stark here with Kevin Freeman, who's been working day in, day out on a football tab, the LO football tab. I love this. Is great reading this time of year, and the football season's what is it? Next week it starts up here.
The 30th. That's right.
It's here, and you've got a football tab we're going to be talking about now. How many pages this year in the LO football
It's
tab?
48, and for the non-newspaper people, we say tab, but it's a supplement that will be coming in Tuesday's newspaper.
So be looking for that. Who's on the cover, and how hard of a decision was it to come up with the cover?
We decided to put Garden Spot on the cover. They're coming off a 10-0 season from last year, and we just figured they had a lot of players back. And it turns out it's a very good story that Ed Groover wrote about them and how the town, the community of Garden Spot really got caught up in what they did. And they have a lot of players back, and they're looking to repeat the same thing this year.
You could probably put Mannheim Central Catholic High on the front cover all the time. We'll go back to them later.
Right.
So what's some of the features we're going to find in the tab this year?
Well, some pretty good ones, I think. We have Mike Gross. In the past, for the Sunday News, he wrote a feature called 40 Things to Watch. So this year we've reduced it a little bit to 25 things, but all the meat's still in there for you. We also have a feature on the returning first-team All-Stars from last year. It's a little snippet about what they did and a quote from their coach. The Pennsylvania Football News rankings are in there, as well as there's a story on some rules changes this year. They're kind of minor, but one that will have an impact on the games. It'll be kind of interesting. And then we have our playbook feature, where we take a play from a certain coach from the league, and we talk about that. And this year we've selected Conestoga Valley's new coach, Mark Peters, has an interesting play, which I think will be interesting reading.
Good, good. You highlight some of the All-Stars that are back, some of the players that we should be watching. Can you name off a couple of these guys? Who's some of the notable guys this year in the L League that I should be watching? Sure.
Well, I think the first guy was probably Taylor Geib. He's the linebacker / tight end for Mannheim Central. He's the only Lancaster Lebanon League returning All-State player from last year. It'll be interesting to watch his growth and to see maybe if he goes to college and who might be selecting him. Janice from Cocalico, he did it all last year. He's moving from running back / receiver to quarterback.
Wow.
So you put the ball in his hands, he can do a lot of great things.
Got a great name.
Yep. Colin Fry, the central quarterback, is very good. And Chris Trimby for Donegal, also a very good player on both sides of the ball. Lots of tackles last year. Great running back. His coach had glowing things to say about him.
I mentioned jokingly Lancaster Catholic, Mannheim Central, because they seem to be the usual suspects to be up for the section titles. Who are some of the sleeper or surprise teams? You mentioned a Garden Spot team. Who else is going to stand out this year? Well,
I think Penn Manor certainly was, and it still may be, and probably will be. Everybody's looking to derail Wilson in Section 1. They've been at top for a long time. But Penn Manor had some key injuries in their first scrimmage last week, so that may dampen that a little bit. But I think that Todd Mealy, the coach there, runs such a good program. He'll fill in some players, and they'll do very well in Section 1. And that'll be the question. Can they, with what they have, before those guys come back, derail Wilson or not? It'll be interesting to find out.
It'll be interesting reading. The tab comes out Tuesday morning. Look for it.